1, go. Alright, so welcome back. This is part 4 of Rune Factory 4. So I did a little bit of grinding while the camera was off. So I've got 9 of the drop that Ambrosia usually drops. So that's just going to be some additional money. They're worth quite a fair bit. So I'm just doing that because early game, it's easier to just make up a small sum of cash so you can buy all the seeds you need. Because otherwise you really struggle, like for example, with RP and that sort of thing. So worst case, if I'm running low on RP, I can go buy some food or something like that. Yeah, and I'm just sifting through trying to find things to sell. Because a lot of the main money makers I usually do, I can't actually do at the current moment because I don't have both the materials or the means to do it. Because a lot of the money in this game comes from taking things you craft and selling them, and at the moment I don't have the means to do any of that. Got anything to add, Blue?
Not particularly.
I figured I'd ask.
Well, the thing is that you know a lot more about this game than I do, so...
Oh yeah, and also if you just don't walk into this room, you just don't trigger a cutscene, which won't allow the story to continue. So if you're like me and you just derp out and just don't walk in this room, you could actually be stuck here for a while. Yeah, we're just gonna watch this cutscene play out. There's a lot of these like little 1.5 to 2 minute cutscenes in this game.
Yep.
Yeah, like whenever I speedrun this game, I'm just pressing Y and I just don't let go. Because technically you can press B and it just like, it rolls the the text box to its like immediate end. But if you press Y, it both does that and automatically skips to the next one even faster, and you can just hold it. So like if you ever see like 20 text boxes go by in succession, it's because that's a tutorial and I don't have time to actually just let it play out because it's not really that important in the grand scheme of things.
Patrico, you gotta learn how to do stuff.
I need to learn how to do things. Now, excuse me.
No, you gotta learn how to impress the ladies.
No.
Don't you want a waifu?
Oh yeah. Oh, by the way, I found out. Yeah, that's just me pointing out how many Prince points I got. I found out that in the manga, which I haven't actually read, Margaret's apparently the canon waifu, and that's why she has so many events in this game. It's because she's technically canon.
If I remember correctly, the canon choice for the girl was actually Dillis,
I believe it was Dillis, yes.
Yeah. Not my first choice, but he's alright.
I think he's fine. He's a fine old chap.
Speaking of which, he should be the next character that we meet.
Yes, he should be.
No, what was that noise?
It was spooky, that's what it was. Hold me.
Spoopy.
Yeah, that's the only sleeping segment in this game you can't skip, if I recall correctly, because it just physically won't let you skip it because of these text boxes. It'd be cool if you could sleep through it, because it wastes time. Turnips and that toy herb will be ready tomorrow. But yeah, you're gonna be seeing a lot of turnips being cycled in and out. Because level 10 turnip seeds in this game are so fraudulently overpowered. Do you think I should spoil why, Blue? Do you think I should spoil it?
Well, considering that we're not really keeping much spoilers to ourselves, you might as well.
Okay, so there's 2 reasons. We're going to talk about the reason that's a little less helpful for exactly level 10, but it's good enough to say it anyways. So basically, item value increases with just the base level of the weapon. It doesn't really matter what materials you put into it if you upgrade it. So basically, you can take just about anything. It doesn't honestly matter. It could be weeds, it could be just like wood, it could be just anything. And you can just shove it onto a weapon that you don't need and sell it, and you get way more profit. So what you can do is you can get turnip seeds, which are about 10G each. And then instead of putting them in the ground like a good boy, what you can do is you can go ahead and you can take all of them, and you can just shove them onto like a randomly dropped endgame weapon, which if you get into the special dungeons at the end of the game, it's really easy to get them. You can just take those, go right ahead, shove 9 of them onto it, and then you have a weapon that's worth so much more than what it would have been worth if you sold it naturally. It's unbelievable. But then, in addition to that, level 10 turnip seeds have a really special function. So you're allowed to put seeds into food. It doesn't actually give any benefits, like any additional stat increases, but the game lets you do it with no penalty. So what you can do is you can kind of play the system. Because, let's use a really easy example here. You need a frying pan and a turnip to make... Not a frying pan. You need a pot, rice, and... Yeah, just a pot and rice to make boiled rice in this game, right? But what you can do is if you add a level 10 turnip seed, it will average the 2 out, and you'll actually get like a level 6 rice. And if you add another one, it keeps bumping that average up ever so slightly more. So you can just game the system and get food that's way better than you're supposed to have it just by adding turnip seeds. It's honestly just fraudulently overpowered, and I don't even understand how it got through to the final build, but I don't complain.
Again, let's not question anything.
It's actually really good for a lot of the late game crafting. Like, cause for example, some of the best stuff to craft end game that's really easy to make is once you get golden vegetable going, golden juice is obviously the best thing in the game to sell, just purely because of how much it's worth at base. And then, if you don't have that, something that's even easier to do is pineapples, and make pineapple juice, which by the way, pineapples, we're going to be taking a detour at a certain point to go sequence break 1, because we can. But pineapple juice literally just requires the blender and 1 pineapple. So what you can do is, even if you don't have very good level pineapples, you can just go ahead and you can take turnips, or rather turnip seeds, add them to that, and then you can just make way more money than you should have. It's honestly great. Here I'm just trying to get some more prince points, because why not? Because there's still a little bit more waiting time before we can actually get into the next dungeon. So I'm just kind of like messing around. Yeah, I didn't explain what that little go thing is, but at the very beginning of the game, it just gives you this spell. It's called Escape. Costs no RP to use. It's very nice. And what it does is, if you are in a dungeon, it will teleport you to the front of the dungeon. If you're in the overworld, it will teleport you to the front of town. And if you're in the front of town, it will teleport you back to your room. Now, if you're in your room, it will just teleport you back to the front of town as well. So basically, it's just good so you don't have to walk all over the place. So it's quite nice. Yeah, I'm just trying to clear out my field a little bit since quest I just recently did gave me this axe. It's the worst axe in the game, but if you have nothing else, it makes do. Because when you break axes, when you break logs and you break rocks in this game, it will give you material stone and lumber. And you need that for a variety of things, like you need to upgrade your storage chests, you need to upgrade your, kitchen, you need to upgrade your monster barns to make new fields. It's good for a lot of things. And the only way to get the material stone and lumber is you can either get it from the fields manually, which is the typical method until you have a lot of money, or later on, Arthur will have a chance to sell it in his shop. So what you can do is you can buy as much as you can off of him, immediately chuck it in the bin, and then just keep going. And honestly, I doubt this is going to get to the point where I'm going to buy everything in this playthrough. I'm probably not even going to get to the point where you can New Game Plus it. But I'm not sure. That's a long ways down the line. But that's another way of getting it, in case you didn't know. Yeah, I should mention this. Arthur, who is the spectacle character my co-commentator Blue loves so much.
Yes.
Actually, though, she loves him a lot.
Yes, I do.
He runs his own little shop about a week or two in, and what he will do is any item that you have shipped, he has a chance to sell it. So basically, if you sell, like, I don't know, if you sell some chocolate, I'll have a chance to sell the chocolate or whatever. And it's at an inflated rate, like pretty much every item in the game is. But if you have no other means to get an item very easily, or like you lose one copy and you don't have a means to get it back because like the area is blocked off because of the season, or it's like not the right season to get the crop or something like that, you can go ahead and buy it from Arthur. So it's just nice if you need a backup. I was just seeing if she had any different flowers, because I'm gonna need a there's another type of flower you need to grow shortly after the quest for the day bloom. Or not the day bloom. The toy herb. So I'm just trying to get ahead here, even though there's not much I can do since the stock hasn't been expanded very much or anything. I don't know why I walked there.
Just sneak up on Nancy.
It looked really creepy too, like the way the axe was angled. Did you see that?
Became a serial killer.
Yeah, I just ended up skipping the rest of the day because I was too tired of waiting. And I was pretty happy because it started to rain, because it means I don't have to water, because watering's a pain. Alright, those little things. Yeah, right, those little things are called Rooneys. When you touch them, you get a little boost to your stats, and if you get the ones that are little white orbs instead, it gives you a random skill increase instead. And both of them restore your RP, which is very nice, because it means you can keep working through the day. I unfortunately don't have much of a need for it, but...
I mean, do you ever take advantage of the Rooney days?
I only do that in my main profile. Like, for example, I usually grow like 2 fields worth of pineapples because, like I said, I'm obsessed.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have 2 fields of pineapples and I just get a bunch of scallops all in one day. Yeah, so right now they're talking about all the strange voices that have been being heard at night. So this is basically the prerequisite to go ahead and go to the next dungeon. Yeah, this is us trying to save face by making a bad joke.
Like you usually do. See, it's in character.
Shush. You're mean, you know that? You're rude.
I am brutally honest. You should know that by now. At least I don't lie to you. You should be grateful.
You know, I'll take that. That's fair enough.
Would you rather I be tactful and lie to you?
No!
So there you go.
She's pissed at us, by the way. Also, that voice did not match that text box at all. Yeah, these cutscenes, they're here. I'm not going to say much on them because they're just kind of progressing the plot, and there's not too much to say. So... But yeah, so we basically just got the invitation to go to the second dungeon. That area that was blocked off with the large log before is going to be cleared open for us, so we can actually go there. Also, this is the super cool educational blue screen again, by the way, in case you love that. That's Unicorn. That's Charizard. That's Dragon Suicune. I don't know. There's Mom. Venti's more like a bird, really. She's not really like a dragon.
No, she looks like a dragon.
Well, she's got like feathers though. It's weird.
But look, she has the dragon face and the horns and everything.
Oh yeah, sure. But like, she's like a pterodactyl, but like with feathers.
Hey, if an Altaria can be a dragon, so can Venti.
I still hate that that's an actual thing, by the way. It doesn't make any sense. It's really stupid.
Does that thing look like a dragon
No,
type?
it doesn't. It looks like a poison type.
I know.
And it acts like one too.
It looks like a poison type, but it's not.
Oh yeah, so basically Venti was just like, hey, this is a piece of me, and you're like, okay. And then you equip it for the defense bonus. There's actually one thing I like about this item, it's that as the further you get into the story, the more the defense bonus actually increases. Late game, it makes no impact, so you don't equip it, but I just thought that was a nice detail. So yeah, that thing we already were doing, like constantly, which is shipping, we're just gonna go ahead and just do it again. Like, they're really just like little mini tutorials, it's not anything super big. Yeah, we don't need all these turnips. I keep a couple of them just for like gifts and like emergency like food and whatnot, but they're not super important.
Turnips are always useful to me because they're a favorite present of Arthur's. He's very easy to please.
My favorite girl, Meg, she just likes fruit because she's a sensible lady.
Well, I like turnips, so Arthur's a cool guy.
You actually like turnips?
Yeah, I actually do like turnips.
I'm not a huge fan of turnips. Did you see that?
I just threw that.
Did you see that snipe? Never saw it coming. Yeah, I was waiting.
What matters is that she liked it.
She was like, "Yeah, that's pretty darn cool. That's pretty good."
That's my future husband right there.
Just throwing herbs in my face.
See, this is the kind of guy I want to marry, right?
I mean, he knew exactly what I wanted right before I did.
He's very efficient.
Hey, take herbs, goodbye. Yeah, at some point I need to get Granny Blossom upstairs because she has a jam roll she can give me that I can sell. Because honestly, all the food gifts that NPCs give me in this game, other than the bread, which I only keep because it's super convenient and it doesn't, like, I don't feel bad using it because of how cheap it is. All the food that the NPCs give you, I just immediately go and sell because it's not worth keeping. Also, here's the best character in the game. I love him. Just listen to this, listen. Wonderful. What a brilliant character.
Question, why can't we marry him?
Because I think everyone would think that would be weird.
But he always asks to marry us, so why can't I say yes?
But yeah, but the one time you say yes, then he's like, no, I think we're moving a bit too fast here.
I know.
Oh, it's the best! Yes!
And we just, yeah.
I like how the tiles just slide off the grid. Wonderful. I love this character so much. Wonderful. Great. Awesome. By the way, I'm just gonna say this. I think that the glove weapons in this game are the absolute worst, and I hate them. They're not fun.
They're not the worst. I actually kinda was okay with using them. Or, well, more like the gauntlets and stuff.
Well, they're the same thing, though.
Well, yeah, like, or actually not like claws. Like, I like claws.
Well, like, here's the issue I have with them, right? The issue I have with them is the fact that the hitbox for them requires you to get up. Well, that requires you to get up close and personal, which in a lot of endgame encounters is just not smart. Because in the end game, you literally want to be getting range upgrades on your weapons. And if you have to go and like punch people in their face, then it's very worthless and not worth your time. Because it's just putting yourself at risk for no reason. Well, like, the thing is, I can see how people can have fun with them, right? But they're just not a very good weapon.
Yeah. I mean, like, I didn't bother, like, doing a lot of endgame stuff anyways, but I still had fun.
If I was gonna talk about what weapons I think are the best in terms of, like, actual fun, dual blades are super fun. I love them.
Dual blades are pretty good.
Let's see. I really liked, I liked hammers. Because hammers are really fast. Like, they're faster than you think if you use the dash attack. Because you, like, it's like a Kirby dash attack. I don't know why I walked outside, then walked right back in so I could just put this into the bin. Don't know. Let's see. I really like broadswords. That's probably an unpopular opinion, but I think they're really good because they hit like a truck. And also, they have one of the best abilities. Oh, by the way, end of the episode. So, yeah, that was really good. Good transition. Awesome 10 out of 10. Thanks for watching. Bye.